So the weirdest thing happened to me the other day. I actually jumped on GTA 5 on PC and I went to go record something and I got like kicked out of the session I was in. So Rockstar just sort of threw me into a random one. And it turns out I was thrown into a random public session, which typically if this happens, I will just either close my game or go to the creator so that I can get into an invite-only session or friends-only session, mainly because I'm either just doing stuff in and around the casino recently or, testing out some of the cars or just don't want to be bothered by others. But this lobby was particularly interesting because when I spawned in, as you guys can see, it's snowing. And I'm like, what the heck? I had to do a quick double check. I'm like, wait a minute. It's the middle of August right now. In fact, where I live in real life, it's reaching temperatures of over 100 degrees, which is insanely hot. But regardless, I was like, this is cool. It's snowing. And what I wanted to do was actually check out what the Diamond Casino and Resort looks like with snow. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, Mr. Boss, why can't you just try this in single player? Well, the Diamond Casino and Resort doesn't exist in single player. This is one of those updates that only happened in online. Like if you were to go to single player right now, the old casino would be there. So what this basically has done is given me the chance to check out, again, what the casino will look like with the snow, basically 3 or 4 months before the snow is scheduled to arrive again. So again, I was kind of shocked by this, and I don't know how this actually happened. I guess there was a modder in the session that transformed all the weather to snow. All I know is this is incredibly strange. So you can see again, the entire world is made of snow here, and I eventually made my way to the Diamond Casino and Resort. Now you might be wondering, well, Mr. Boss, why are you interested in this? Well, a couple of reasons. Number one, I do think it's cool to check out all the areas with this unique weather pattern, but I also wanted to see what areas would be affected by the snow. Like, would the rooftop outside be covered in a blanket of snow? What would you be able to see from your penthouse apartment? So there was a couple of questions that I definitely wanted to have answered. And as you guys can see here, this is what the casino looks like from the outside in all of the snow. Now, as far as the externals of the Diamond Casino and Resort, it doesn't look like the sign or the outside edges of the casino are covered in a dusting of snow. The only thing that's covered in snow right now, at least that's pretty tall, are the palm trees. That's about it. But the snow does actually extend sort of underneath the little valet balcony here. There's a light dusting of the snow right towards the entrance. And then, of course, as you get outside from the walls, you will see that the whole roads are covered in snow as well. The entire parking lot is covered in snow too. In fact, it even covers up all of the parking lines. Although, like I mentioned earlier, the Diamond Casino and Resort sign, none of that is covered in snow. Now, there's about a 95% chance that we are getting another update this year in Grand Theft Auto Online, one that will likely come out in December. And in that December update, there's pretty much going to be some more Christmas content, whether that's new clothing or new features, whatever the case is. So maybe in that update, Rockstar makes some small tweaks and changes to the casino that make it more realistic as far as snowfall happening, because right now pretty much everything new, again, other than those palm trees, doesn't have snow sticking to it. So it does look a little bit awkward. But regardless, again, you can see the entire world here is covered in snow, which is really cool. Even when I valet my car, you can see that the snow is there. So what I wanted to do next was actually go inside of my master penthouse and check out what the world looked like from the inside as far as what we could see on the outside. And again, as you guys can see there, it is very much snowing. The roof terrace is covered in snow, which I wasn't too sure what was going to happen with that, but it does turn out that the roof terrace is covered in snow. Again, we'll go outside and check that out in a little bit. Now, the two big things that Rockstar have been doing with the interiors recently and the properties and buildings that we own is that they've been adding Christmas trees and festive decorations like lights and streamers and stuff like that. So that's the question I want to ask of you guys. Where do you think Rockstar is going to put decorations inside of our master penthouse, like the Christmas tree and the streamers and the lights like you see in the MOC and the Avenger? If I had to take a wild guess, I would say that it would most likely be in the bar and party area. I'm sure that Rockstar could find a little corner to sneak in a Christmas tree over here that doesn't have an impact on any of the other furniture you might have placed. And that's something to keep in mind because in all the other properties that they've introduced, the furniture that they've set down, that's the only thing that's going to be there. Well, in this update, there's wall art and there's table decorations and there's giant floor pieces that could be put in the way. So it has to be in a spot where Rockstar knows that no one would put anything down. So it might be in the bar and party room, but it also might be in a room that you have unlocked by default because remember, that room is optional. So that's why I'm thinking it might end up being in the master bedroom of all places, just because that's the one room that every single person has no matter what. So that's kind of what I'm thinking there. Who knows? Again, let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below on where you believe the Christmas tree and the Christmas decorations will be added. But anyways, let's go out on the roof terrace now, and this just looks so wild. The fact that you've got these bubbling hot tubs and these big giant palm trees, and then of course you've just got the snow. None of the pools are frozen, by the way. The infinity pool still works. You've still got this, again, outside fireplace terrace area over here, which, again, looks really, really funny with, the seats covered in snow, and basically the fire pits are covered in snow, too. But they're still working. The fires are still burning. So this is what the outside of it looks like. Again, very interesting stuff. And after I took a quick swim in the infinity pool, I actually asked the rest of the lobby, again, because as you guys can see here, I'm in a public session, if they're experiencing the same weather as me or if I'm the only one. So I literally asked, is it snowing for everyone? And the response that I got was no, that I'm the only one apparently in the lobby that is having it snow. So I don't know if the person that joined was new, but a little bit later on, someone said that there was a modder in here earlier, which I believe. And what's crazy is the snow isn't just like a cosmetic thing. Like, it's actually functional. As you guys saw me driving earlier, my vehicles were impacted by the snow, and I can actually pick up snowballs here and keep them in my inventory as long as I'm in the lobby. So again, it's not just like a cosmetic thing. Like, the snow is actually here for me, which is so weird. It's Christmas in the middle of August, and we even made our way up to the roof, which the snow completely covers, like the helipad up there, which is, again, really cool just to see the brand new building, the Diamond Casino and Resort, covered in a blanket of snow. Now, what's weird is that even though the snow might not be there for everyone, apparently it can still have an impact on other players too, because as you guys can see here, I've got a snowball, and I'm throwing it at this guy's really good-looking Bravado Gauntlet Classic here, and there's also another guy over here that I can have a snowball fight with. It's very strange. Like, I don't know the inner workings of, like, how people mod on PC or how they go about doing this, but this is pretty wild. I'm not going to lie, and it was kind of a fun experience to have just for a little bit of a session here. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are also going to be wondering, well, Mr. Boss, what happens if you decided to do a casino mission? Well, there's two different outcomes. So if you were to do these story-based missions with like the cutscenes and Miss Agatha Baker and Mr. Chang, those actually take you to a separate lobby away from what's happening in free roam. So the snow would not have an impact on that. However, if you were to do the free roam missions, the casino work missions that you get by simply calling Miss Agatha Baker, those still happen in the snow also. It's not like they change based off of the weather pattern that's going on here. So yes, you still have to complete the missions in the snow, which certainly doesn't make them any easier, that's for sure, when your vehicles are spinning out all over the place. So overall, this was just a really fun experience, and now you sort of know what the Diamond Casino and Resort is going to look like when the snow does arrive later this year in December and early in 2020, just after New Year. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, there is a chance that Rockstar makes some changes to the casino, not necessarily in its shape and design, but just the way like the snowfall lays on it. They might make it a little bit more realistic, because as it stands right now, it's definitely not the most realistic looking building. Like, it looks like there's a force field around it where the majority of it is completely untouched. by the snowfall. But it might remain the same, and if that's the case, you just got a sneak peek at what it looks like. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know what you think and more. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And remember to subscribe if you guys are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA 5 casino news, info, videos, and more. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.